You know, today the penny drop, and it's amazing when you prioritize just being rather than doing. And I know we've heard this before and everyone talks about it, but really understanding what it means and how it feels to be. And I think I did that today on another level. And the penny really did drop. And, the thought that came to mind was, I dedicated 20 years of my life to the corporate world, very mental driven system, lack of feeling, lack of truth, lack of honor, lack of loyalty, lack of sincerity. And you never really get to know people for who they are. You get to know them for who they're portraying to be. I was one of those. And wow, 20 years of that, and it was my reality. And lucky for me, divine intervention came in. I ignored every single calling that the environment, the people, the business, everything. I ignored every call until divine intervention just went, I'm pulling you out. I'm cutting it off. And everything works well for everyone else, right? It's not like, you know, and the way the universe works is, it doesn't take you out in the timing that it interrupts or disrupts others. Everyone interlinks in their own way and exits in their own way. That's gentle. And it was gentle in a way. Yeah, look out for the calling, and maybe you stumble off this video to remind you of what you've already been thinking about, feeling about, and it's what I do. I really understand that space. I really understand, the types of calling, the types of situations that may occur. Just the fact that I didn't know my true nature was for a very long time. Just that alone, that numbness that you don't realize you have until you come out of it for long enough and you're like, who am I? Take it easy. Give yourself that space.